Hawks have been in a while. Do you agree or not? And the plans to how you might use Brandon Smith next year, he's back with her.
Yeah, unless somebody gets hit by a bus today, so hopefully we can get through today and tomorrow. We always seem to have some drama, but yeah, it's at least the arrow's going up right now. Guys, they've been out working. Great to get Brandon back. I don't know if he's full speed, but he's pretty close, and hopefully, as Coach mentioned, his confidence level. Just hasn't played in a while, but great to get him back. And we had a couple of bumps in the road earlier in the week, but it looks like both those guys are going to be fine. So they've been back working, and hopefully we'll make it to the gate there without any more drama.
Coach Ferentz,
you guys value the Big Ten Pac-12 matchup, considering you don't get a lot of it in the regular season, but then obviously there's a few bowl matchups that allow you guys to cross over and play each other.
I'll start with this, okay? As long as I have a voice, hopefully I'll have them for a while. We're not playing out here in non-league games. If they want to come our place, that's fine, but traveling out here and doing the time change, and then, and we have a 2-hour rain delay or whatever it was at Arizona State. Like, we're not going down that road again, I can assure you that. Bowl games is a whole different deal because you have a chance to get out there and get acclimated a little bit. So I think it's outstanding because I think the conferences are very, very similar just in terms of their philosophy towards the game and towards academics. And I'm not trying to get on a pedestal, but I've always felt like the Big Ten is the epitome of what college athletics should be about. And I think there's a reason with that association that's so long-standing with the Rose Bowl. I think there are a lot of parallels there. So it's exciting for us, and it's truly a foreign opponent because there aren't many crossover games. So when you come out, you're just, beginning of the month, you're just starting from total scratch. And, fortunately, you have some time to get ready and just familiarize yourself a little bit with the roster and all those kinds of things. But it's really truly a fresh approach every time.
Coach Ferentz, how different is?
Hang on a second, let Coach Helton.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No problem. No, it's a great moment, to be honest with you, and this is the reward you get for the finish that both Iowa and USC had, finishing so strong down the stretch. You get to play these type of big games, and I think that outside the playoff, somebody told me there's only 3 top 25 matchups, and to have a Big Ten Pac-12 matchup, man, that's special. Number 16 versus number 22. With these type of fan bases that do travel, let's all live in the moment because the moment's going to be fun tomorrow.
Coach, have you decided what you're going to be doing tomorrow for the game to honor your ride?
Yeah, we made an announcement earlier in the week that we'll take the Tiger Hawks on both sides off the helmet. Our governor had the flags in our state lowered to half-mast. She suggested that last week. So this is something Coach Fry did during his time as a head coach during following 2 tragedies, 2 tragic events, and I just felt like it was a really fitting way to try to pay tribute to him, and it was really well received by his family. So that's the most important thing from my aspect is just having their approval.
Coach,
This last game, Coach Ferentz,
Yeah.
when you think back, 3-year starting quarterback, what stands out to you about his time in your program?
Probably the first word that comes to my mind would be steadiness and dependability. I guess that's 2 words, but they go hand in hand. He's just extremely steady. He's so dependable, and then the other part, any football player is good, but particularly a quarterback. A system like ours, a system like USC's, a young guy's got to really be mentally tough. He's got to be physically tough. He's got to be poised. And their quarterback has displayed that at a very early age in a really impressive fashion. And I think Nate's done that his entire career. So he's just he's been a tremendous player to be associated with. We're all going to miss him, but we're glad he's with us for one more game. And I know he's looking forward to having a chance to compete one more time as a Hawkeye.
Coach, how different is USC's offense, specifically his passing attack, from what you've seen all season?
Totally different. I mean, a flashback to our first bowl game against Texas Tech. The roots of that whole system started back with Coach Leach. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. It's a tough preparation, and it's going to be tough to play them out on the field because they've got really outstanding players. The receiver corps is as good as we've seen. Just talked about the quarterback. He's extremely impressive for any age, but for a freshman, it's just it's uncanny how poised he is back there, and he's slippery. So I mean, it's going to be a challenge for us.
Kurt, will this be the fastest, quickest team that you play from top to bottom?
Well, I mean, the myth about the Big Ten, I think, gets a little blown out of proportion. We play some guys that got some guys. So you line up against Michigan, they got some guys that can move around pretty good, and disrupt you at every position, and I think, probably a similar comparison there. But yeah, their receivers are just, these guys get a million balls and they know how to get open, they know how to catch them, they know how to run afterwards. That's going to be a starting point. But it's hard to find any position on the roster where they don't have guys that are very active and very talented and very dangerous.
Coach Ferentz, in your experience with bowl games, how possible is it to build momentum for the program heading into next season with a game that's so far out from?
Well, there's no question it helps, but I'll also put an asterisk on it. We've experienced both. We were 8-8, I think, in 16 games. Okay, in the bowls. There's a reason for that. Usually they're playing a pretty good team. All right, so those games can go either way. It's hard to find a matchup where it's, who's good right now in the NFL. I mean, Seattle, right, versus St. Mary's. Okay, you don't get those matchups. So it always helps to finish on a positive note. There's no denying that. But it's not the end of the world either. It's not catastrophic if you lose. It's all about enjoying the game, going out and playing as hard as you can, like you do every week, and hoping that you play well enough to deserve to win. And that's our goal for tomorrow. But we'll handle the circumstances either way. But it's certainly not the end of the season. It certainly doesn't anoint you to a championship bid next year either. But there's no downside to winning. I never learned that in third grade. I mean, it's better to win.
So we're going to do 2 more questions, one for each coach, and then they'll be some one-on-ones. And so one question for each one of the coaches. We'll wrap it up.
Coach Helton, your young quarterback was tutored by Kurt Warner in high school and Graham Merrill now. That would invite information overload, but how does the young guy process 2 of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, and what has impressed you most about it?
Well, obviously there's trained and untrained, and Keaton is obviously one that's been trained by, I think, 2 terrific coaches. It was one of the reasons that when Keaton came in as a freshman in that spring training, he was an early graduate, it jumped out to us that the things that he saw and the things that he picked up and how fast he picked up the playbook was very unusual. It allowed him to continue that competition in the fall, and there was a reason that he was put ahead of 2 upperclassmen. Not that the upperclassmen were bad players, he just was producing at a very high level. And you resemble your coach, and I thought Kurt did a wonderful job with him. And then Graham has done a phenomenal job taking over and allowing him to progress. It's been neat to see him. I'm a quarterback coach by trade, and to watch a young man grow from game 1 to where he is now, that's what you want to see as a head coach, especially at the quarterback position. I thought our team would grow as our quarterback grew, and as he got better and more confident and more comfortable, and became a better quarterback throughout the season, so did our team. So he's a huge reason that we're sitting here today in San Diego.
Last question, Coach Ferentz.
Coach Ferentz, you mentioned you feel like you're in a bit of a road team, even though you're officially the home team here. How much are you counting on that Hawkeye traveling group to fill San Diego and especially the stadium tomorrow?
Yeah, I think any indication, I took a walk last night and saw a lot of black and gold all over the place, so that's great. And from what I hear, the stadium's going to be really electric tomorrow night. Great crowds from both sides, but our fans traditionally travel really well, and you get a destination like San Diego, and a lot of them have long memories too. They remember the trips here in the 80s and also 91. So, it's all good. And any help we can get from anybody else, so we're all for that. No doubt about it.
Hey guys, thank you very much.